Hey, all this analysis, and this is part 2 now of the whole, because I'm playing as Rafa and stuff that, So, because we did do one with Damon and stuff that, This is the absolute worst thing. This is the thing that's always been wrong with Borderlands when it just ends up being like, oh, like I can hit you from far away, and stuff that, and it's just, And then, of course, they go out and just hide after that, like, oh, I took my shots and now I'm hiding, and stuff like that. Those are certain enemies that use literally snipe you from everywhere and stuff like that, You should go to a 38-second cooldown there. Instead of what is it, 40 seconds normally. Yeah, go 38-second cooldown there, but yeah. And yeah, we can still get overshields, of course. So the interesting thing is, of course, you can have overshield from shields themselves and stuff that, but this, of course, gives you an overshield from the healing thing and stuff that, which is, very decent. There were treasures down there, right, though? Yeah. We did not open this, but it is very dangerous to close to this. To these 5 things, so someone could just explode me, And there's a small little island here. Because you never know, sometimes they can have really, really good hidden stuff sometimes, Oh. Interesting. Oh. Well, that's an early blue. I feel it's very early. And that again is a pretty decent flat off thing. So this one has less fire rate than that. Less magazine size, more damage. 2.9 second reload, so that's a lot better. And it has zip rockets, 42 damage each, 47 damage each. So generally speaking, the way the secondary effect works, by the way, is apparently it is an effect that actually recharges. How did we miss this before? Like, how did we miss that it was like a fucking battle there, And I'm guessing this can be a treasure chest also. Yo! That's a... And you are some machine gun, god damn it. I mean, so you're very, very quick with the reload. Both are some machine guns, which isn't really ideal. So this is a machine gun, yeah. So then what are we looking for? Something in the distance machine gun like the Spectic there? Which is an assault rifle. And there's a 60 assault rifle. I'm gonna stick with that shotgun, I think. Oh, this one has the red dot sight where I can see the ammo with that is 28. Oh, this one is interesting because this one definitely has the those which they are very strong against flesh and very strong against shields and weak against flesh and armor. It's very weak against armor and shields. So you use the shock to deal with the shields if they have shields, and then as long as you get to that, okay. And then this here, for example, the 35 secondary stats, yeah, splash radius. And it's usually the secondary stats that can tell you if something has like extra crit damage and stuff like that. those secondary stats are important and stuff that, because it doesn't tell you about the secondary stats there. As you can see, for example, it doesn't tell you anywhere that it deals more splash damage, but here you can see that. For example, this one doesn't have a secondary effect, for example, but for example, if you check the blue one, I'm guessing this has no. This does not have a secondary effect. So yeah, so it's interesting, right, that certain ones have a secondary effect. I wonder what indicates normally that it has a secondary effect. Is it that it tends to be epic or better to have the secondary effect? And then of course eventually you can also find guns that can have like several secondary effects and stuff that at once, I think. Just of course really, really, really good.
Now there's some nice bodywork. I shame.
A lot of cycles, of course, don't have armor or shields or anything, and stuff like that, because they don't bother sometimes, And if they are aggro there, you can sometimes just insta-die when you climb up sometimes. Or the funniest thing is when you die literally while climbing and stuff like that, right? And then there's no way to like kill the characters up here and stuff like that, so we were at the maximum. Yeah, we're at the maximum loot. I'm pretty certain that we are almost at the show. Yeah, we're at this. However, it only allows us to refill the ammo. To use his lucky weapons. Mr. Pilkington. Okay, sword. Boopity boop boop. No, don't throw away the shield I'm using. And that. Get rid of this. Okay. Fill up a little bit of slots. Loot everything and then we inspect. Or check. So we got Malavan. We got another purple Malavan. With a 59 instead. It is better in the accuracy, it's better than in the firing speed. It's better capacity, 18 damage, 40% chance, and 35 damage. 19 damage, 40% chance, 36 damage, okay. So just slightly better. That's another submachine gun as well. We got the order. We got the order pistol. We got a strict lemma. Yeah, so 78%, 2.4 second reload, fires pretty quickly. Yeah, let's go with that. So all of these are some machine guns. Yeah. And we have... Yeah, we're gonna need to trash some things before we go over to the other side there. We're gonna loot everything here first though. That was the weapons. Sometimes a lot of things can be weapons, sometimes, But something that seems really silly is every single time I've checked the whole machine that can recover like all like items and stuff, that usually you only find that at the main base, at the main real area and stuff that like, so for this area it's gonna be the Outrunner space basic and stuff that, and for the snowy place it's the place where the dwarf guy is from and stuff that. And every single time, the only loot that it has given me, like the lost loot, it has only been white items and stuff that, right? And then you think that, oh, there should have been some sort of filtration system when it comes to the loot or whatever, right? That oh, you should just, and maybe just if you mark something as trash, it won't go into the lost loot. Is that something I can loot up there? Or is that just how it displays the thing? I never realized that it has like a robot face. That's kind of how it scans who it is that is using the machine. And it's interesting, of course. Frontieres med whiskey. Grandma's oat flakes. Oh shit, oats. Shut up. Shut the hell up with you. Shut up. Legs, potato chips, oats. Shut up. Value. Okay. Those are equipped. So get rid of that. Get rid of this. Going down to 9, I think. Yes. When do you hammer the buttons and wiggle the stick? No, 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 no. For boss time. And your nuclear, I forgot what is good against nuclear. That works. Because he doesn't like to be shocked, it seems. Let's actually change the incendiary. Yoink, yoink. Dead. Okay. Yeah, we got the key. We should pick up the key automatically. Right, so we could have had, okay, Mallow and Shield, the 47 and 48, so it has a pretty long cooldown. Right, but when energy shields are empty, you have movement speed, so you can escape easily. Oh, it's cute. It's done. Did a machine gun. It already has elemental damage on it. So it's technically worse DPS wise. It has more damage. It has a little bit quicker reload by 0.2 seconds. It has low fire rate. It has less anti-damage 8% chance though. Caliber shotgun. Not super great. Hiccup shotgun though. So that is fucking 20. So that's 5.6, right? And it has 68 DPS. Is that because of the reload time? The reload timer is almost the same. That fires 4.2 per second. This only fires 1.6. And it only has one shot. But that's just 23.6. Those is way more projectiles. And that's level 4. That's level 4. Level 4 as well. So maybe it was just the shield that we got there that was super useful. I mean, that looks good. Because what slot am I comparing it to? See, it's less accuracy, it is more damage just by 1 point and more of that. But it's less ammo by quite a lot. And it's only 19 of that damage. And this is 35 of that damage and 40% chance. But it has a secondary shotgun firing mode and stuff that can sometimes be good. It does look pretty cool. Okay.
Hey, you got the glide pack? Sick! There's a ridge nearby. Test it out.
It's a reach nearby. Are you gonna be... You're just gonna be ammo. You're just gonna be ammo. Right, and I remember actually the first time I fought the boss, it was an issue for my action, for my siren and stuff that. But I was just missing mostly because I kind of blew myself up, kind of stuff that, which is pretty easy to do. We meant to go over there, of course, but don't forget to check around here because if I remember correctly, there is this should be weapons. Played off in a spectac. And one of them is an assault rifle, right? No, that's still a machine gun. It's pretty decent with 12.3 per second. Firing speed, that's pretty insane. Only 69 hit rate though, but 44 ammo. It looks pretty cool, it has that whole military camo to it. And so that. You can see that there it showed you its cooldown here. So 5 zip rockets, 5 zip rockets, 3 and it's 25 ammo after 24 seconds, so that's how you get ammo to that. And that's an assault rifle. Tailorless. Tailorless, it is pretty cool, of course, that you can get double functionality of weapons and stuff. That is, of course, nice. Okay, you burnt weapons this time around. Yeah, we're full on the whole capacity thing. And then you press jump twice, and then again, and then you start gliding.
Beautiful! Now you can glide in the air like a majestic dove, or a receipt you have to chase around in the parking lot.
There's a smart system, for anything if they designed it, and stuff that, at least, hey, like at least shit in like into the thing, right? That it goes into the water and stuff that, that's pretty smart, Although it's gonna ruin the fucking water down there and stuff that, by them taking the dump into the sea. Yes. Although there seems to be nothing for shooting the critters or anything, Right, and there's also loot here. And this is the red chest. Which of course means that it should be better. So backpack is full. And then maybe you're supposed to have full and then try to loot something if it's gonna show up in the thing, and stuff like that. But yeah. Or maybe it's only gonna be loot that you left behind, so get rid of that. That doesn't unequip gun. No. Get rid of that. Get rid of these and these, I think. That's how much sauce we needed. Blue one first, green. And then that's maximum capacity again. So we got an order here, Bullseye Seeker. Yeah, and it homes in on enemies. It has longer cooldown, 62 damage, which is less. It has a way wide area. This has no area at all because it's a throwing knife. That's done for 5 centimeters and it has 2 charges. This one has 99 damage. It's more damage. 14-second cooldown. Has 18% chance to hit critical. Can extend miss and end that lands on gun will propel themselves and nearest incoming enemy. And it has 330 radius. Yeah. Order. Pistol. Jacobs assault rifle. Whispering cardigan. And that's also a Jacobs assault rifle 80 DPS. So that's more damage and more accuracy. Same reload speed. 6.5 and 14 instead. Ricochet to nearby enemies. It has 70% crit damage. And you have 52% crit damage. Okay, interesting. So we do more damage when they crit. So yeah, so things need to be blue or above. I would like the special effect. What did we say that this had? That had a long splash radius. What did this Daedalus have? So I'm guessing the secondary effect on it is that it has elemental, because generally it doesn't tend to be elemental at all. The Daedalus stuff don't tend to be elemental, so its secondary effect is that it is elemental. There's an assault rifle, some machine gun. There's a 79 DPS pistol. Yeah, 79 DPS pistol. That's the highest DPS pistol, right? $72 on that submachine gun. So that's insane even when you compare it to this smaller one. Or to this one. Because yeah, 90 damage isn't the 8% accuracy, 1.8 reload, 8.0, 5 speed. Oh, and it has a secondary stat for being green. Oops. That's really crazy, not gonna lie. That's decent. That is very decent. And that puts us at the maximum again, yeah. Puts us at maximum. And all the guns are, for the most part, pretty interesting, not gonna lie. But the generally problem that I've had with some of the older guns is that when you start finding the things that can give you bonuses to all the older guns you have, is that some of the effects are like basically like, oh, or the whole when you charge up and you fire, you charge faster. Or something that makes it so that, oh, you can charge for longer or something like that, you know. Because yeah, it is pretty good because that yes, you can charge at something and then it kind of tracks, the bullets kind of track, you know. Oh, maybe they don't.
Sorry, you had a little schmutz there.
But yeah, you have like the whole crystal thing with the rest of that, which is nice, you know. We haven't gained a more level yet. Nope. Usually something right that certain people do is they use like look up builds and stuff like that, right? Because there's a lot of like math involved usually around figuring out like okay, like what build is actually good and stuff like that. But I find that it always way more fun to experiment, you know. Oh yeah, Booble Hard. When it's on one of those crates that you would normally be able to open. So that kind of looks a bit similar to those treasure kind of things. Stuff that, you know. It looks like you will be able to open it at kind of shoot down this box. Apparently not. But yeah. I mean, this area at first is very, very nice, you know, and very, very... I think they used the whole, you know, cataclysm factor. Like, you know, cataclysm like, with the whole goblin starting song, you know, you started in the whole Kazan and stuff that, you know. And then you skip to the Lost Isles. The Lost Isles, the whole thing that made it very, like, very, very impressive back in the day was the fact that yeah, the second place that you got to was very, very nice with the whole, it was very, very lush and stuff that, you know, and just that can be have a very, very cool, like, effect on, like, people and stuff like that, you know. This is what this is. So we glide over.
There you are, rookie. I was beginning to think I hallucinated you.
More
Claptrap,
weapons.
your CPU is simply not capable of coming up with me.
Your CPU is not capable. Your value. Yoink. Yoink. Right. Yoink. And le-yoink. Le-yoink.
You're right. That jawline alone. Yowza. Now that you have the
I think we will loot about white stuff because you still need to do it for certain challenges. So that's a Jacobs with 18 times 6. Oh, you're very, very simple looking. It has that funny thing on the edge. Model 14,006. 678, or is that a B at the end? You know. Model 1467B. Yeah, that's, you can only zoom like in and out like that, you know, and stuff there, but yeah, but it's like this is the thing that we really, really appreciate with all that stuff and stuff that I know, and it has crit damage 20%. That's very nice. We got some gay ones. But yeah. So that's 86 DPS, that's 79. How much was it on the Jacobs? 77. But it has 18 times 6 there, which I mean is decent. Because see, that's the thing, right? That if you want to do amp builds, for example, what you want to look for is often like the old projectile things. Like you want to look for things that fire like multiple projectiles. Now we glide over here. It's going to tell you about the bird. A bird, a bird, a bird. A bird's the word. A bird, a bird, bird, bird. A bird's the word. A bird, a bird, bird. But I thought that this is completely used the, you know, the... Alright, because it takes all the way to get back here. It was very, very early on where this was. And I mean, this jump you could just do normally. You could have gotten all the way over here, basically, and stuff that, you know, all the way over here, basically. But then you would have needed to glide over that. I don't think there is any jumping shenanigans you could have done to get up there. Stuff that, but I'm pretty sure you probably could have grenade jumped it or something, and stuff that. Although you probably would have needed a very specific grenade. To do it. And now we can start the reinforced ones.
Ooh, a badass! I'm shaking in my bionic boots!
Okay. Okay. Oh, pretty annoying. Not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, he's angry that I destroyed the child. Okay. Standard Steam kit. So that's way less. I mean, that's more healing overall. I'm guessing because it's 6, 7, or 8. Grants increased ordnance cooldown rate. Oh. She's worse by 1 second. It has used more healing overall. And it has no go-go gadget. And then another one, Senior Mangler. And now the fucking coming. I think those were supposed to come earlier there. I actually want that, I think. Value. Okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. We're dropping 3. Because I really want. All I wanna do is get that grenade. Because yeah, that is just better than everything. It has an 8% chance to get critical damage, so when it has extra damage with that. Whatever this has short cooldown, has long radius, has slightly more damage, because these only have 15% chance to happen though. That's just a silly little grenade. Just a silly little grenade. Okay. And then we jump up.
You made it! Now call the elevator!
And I usually always take from the same one. I think that there's only one of them that is supposed to be the correct whole ID thing, and stuff that.
It's locked down. Looks like I need clearance.
And it's from this guy.
I need to do everything for you? Search your
And I do remember just finding the correct one immediately.
these days.
Maybe these dead order guys have something on them.
But I think that's supposed to be the only guy that has now. There are several ones with chip. So I don't know if I managed to get lucky the first time I did this and stuff that I went for this one. Maybe that's just because that one was the most obvious one. Because that location seems less obvious.
I could kiss you, but only if you were into it.
This robot doesn't have one, of course, obviously. So blood, blood,
Now, rookie,
le blood.
we have a sacrosanct mission as Crimson Resistance. We must broadcast a message of hope to the people of Kairos. This place will make a great.
This Jacobs thing is, of course, quite interesting because it has the drum mag. There's the very, very good crit damage, though. And that's a very, very low model set up there.
House too. It's got a fast travel and everything. And open. Oh, ow. Rookie, this door got me. Rough it up. Okay, first thing, find the data pad with the security codes to claim this site as Safe House of the Crimson Resistance.
Pets is not friendly, will bite frequently and hard. Loud at all hours will eat furniture. And no one's stupid enough to take a call or text. We pay. Big boy burritos, yeah, 50% off, yeah. There is like a KCB, yeah. There is like a thing, I believe, for reward 2000 high fives. You see. This is a contact, but okay. And someone has taken one. And I'm guessing this is going to be the swapper thing. Because on certain maps you could tell what that is supposed to be. And stuff that, you know. You get the data pad.
Good hunting, recruits. Now, use Echo 4 on that console to seize this tower for our great cause. Getting me off this damn planet!
Our great cause, yes.
Rookie, you've done us proud today.
You've done us proud today, yes.
Now, it's time for the real work of any successful rebellion. Marketing! We gotta get recruited.
Okay, that's an assault rifle, 7 DPS, human valor, wearing Dunahan. That's in times 10, but that has to be.
Yeah, RJ, that's what I said, clearly. I just wanted to make sure you remembered. The point is, we gotta win hearts and minds if we want people to throw their bodies into the wood chipper of rebellion. The whole planet needs to hear my uplifting voice. I'll interface directly with this tower's transmitter and broadcast a message of inspiration.
Right, and you don't have the whole place in this place, right? You don't have the whole. Oh, you don't get the symbols here, or do you? Yeah, it contains and her. It contains and her. Right. Welcome mission giver. Oh yeah, this is really important. Travel all the silos. Areas of interest. That's a polar event. Critical delo. Activities completed. Collectibles. Big Encore. Respect market firmware transfer machine. It's the firmware transfer machine that I think one of the things are. So you can basically take. So I'm guessing with the whole firmware they mean like you can take apart from something and stick on something else. Or is this gonna be something good? Vagabond. Unless you see it all full, you gain movement speed. It's pretty decent because it is not the quickest to. That has an over effect.
What if this overloads claptrap circuits completely and he reverts back to factory default settings? And to that, I say, oh!
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. You know. So yeah.
I hadn't even considered that! Press the button quick before I change my mind! Don't
Collect. Yeah, patrol. And then you can see, for example, like, okay, like, You could get like a purple gun, or you could get like a green grenade or shield. It's kind of how you read those things actually and stuff that, you know. Same thing here, for example, you could get a purple submachine gun. The assault rifle is in the middle, so that means the assault rifle is either gonna roll green or roll purple. But you can see that the even though it covers a little bit, I'm guessing that's how it's weighted, kinda. So the assault rifle cannot be or the machine gun cannot be green, or it has very low chance of being green because it's mostly over on that side. Maybe that's just how it is. Maybe that's not how it works, but yeah. But a gun is always going to be green. If that is correct with how it is, you know, stuff that's it. And of course, you have the patrol. But again, that would give you a. That looks like a rocket launcher. Yeah. Right, and we need to go north.
Mission accomplished.
Hey, you okay?
Okay, that was pure voltage. Drinking straight from the hose, baby. Plug me back in. I can go all day.
Right, then this opens up. You have to wait for that to open up anyway.
The outbounders. We heard your message and it couldn't have come at a better time. We are
Come on, better time. We are totally getting fucked by the pancakes. So, that's a lot of loot you can have there. So you take the backpack slots. And then you could go 5 into something, but you could use to wait with that 5. But then I do think that they should have something here so that these won't have to show up that symbol there and stuff that, like if you have unspent ones, you know.
backup you can give. Come to our headquarters in
Your current backup you can give.
Bayfields.
Ooh, first takers. Sounds like a vicious battle for freedom you've got ahead of you, rookie.
Me? Oh, I thought you were a one-robot army.
Yeah. And the Order has way more robots. No way I'm getting in the middle of all that. Field promotion. I dub thee acting vice admiral of the Crimson Resistance. In the blind. Good luck. Now go save those outbounder guys. They seem like they're in a real dill pickle.
Dun. Right, and one more slot. We gain a shield, and we got the blue shield. You can also get a purple one. Okay, so that's 252 shields, which is slightly better. It restores less shield per second. It has less cooldown. It's also smaller one. On kill, 50% chance of overshield booster. I mean, yeah, sure. You know that when the shield is empty, making you run fast is good. That's gonna be good. Third slot. And we invest into another point of this. Again, the next one is going to be 25 damage. And now we issue. Look at this. It's the unit ammo, and then you do bonus incendiary ammo, depending on how full this gun is. And his turret suit. Yeah. Besting of one while they were active, can critical hit and critical hit damage while also causing a second skill to aim faster. So that's basically like burst. To consume no ammo, so you can make it so that your own ammo doesn't consume. And then the question is, right, because it's just that I really, really want to go and get this. Because of the whole ricochet thing and stuff that, you know. But yeah, because I thought that the indirect projectiles would mean that all that would be like. So indirect projectiles can change to ricochet, so I thought that ricochet projectiles would count as indirect, whatever, right, you know. So skill damage, melee damage, ordnance damage, gun damage. Glide regeneration, damage reduction, that's all the different damage type. Kinetic is just the regular gun damage. Damage stats is plus 50% from whenever I activate hints of that. An action skill. And this increases damage with all sources. So you enter the order mode. Yeah, so the overdrive duration does not increase. So that lasts even when the effect ends. When the two guns disappear, you're still affected by the overdrive mode. So that's why the device stays. Because it's for the seconds after. So whenever you use the action skill, you always have the old 10% extra damage and 25% move speed. And there are things that technically says that it interacts with the overdrive skill. So that means that when you activate it, this will work. So that's important. So when something reads overdrive skill, it means that you need to have the action skill up. Like this, for example. And yes, we could have gone back and gotten some of those items from this before and stuff that, you know.
There is no escape. There's nowhere.
There's nowhere to hide.
Your friend learned that lesson. You know, I may not have been able to feel the knife entering his chest. But that sound. Did you hear it? Or were you more focused on the light fading from his eyes?
The thing that I found interesting is he kinda looks a bit Hyperion-esque. And stuff that, you know. And he does mentions that he has some like makers or something like that, you know, like someone that quote unquote made him and stuff that, you know. I don't know also about the stories like Tales of the Borderlands 2, like the second one, and stuff that I did play the first, you know, Tales of the Borderlands and stuff that, and played all the, like, I think it had several seasons to it, right? If I remember correctly, but yeah.
Silos around the world that can help point your Echo 4 to a nearby vault key fragment. I'll mark one on your map.
That does so much damage. That is... Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near them. And there's a little mini base here. Lost capsule. Yeah, those are the capsules that you're supposed to recover. That you're supposed to stick into the thing. I forgot if I think that I did recover a capsule at some point, but I forgot exactly what it did. Or, it seems like it's way more effective when there's. Yeah, I know, did not get up there. The crats, man. Some of the crats, man, from Billing Bomb. Skip it about the dub. They don't really like this place at all. For some weird reason. Sniper time? Where did I take so much damage from? Oh, because of course, obviously, fucking. You use that calming fence? Okay, that's a shield. Better in terms of taller shields. And it has faster recharge rate, but it's 5.2 seconds. So it's slightly worse. That. Okay. Right, and you are here.
That's where it went. My notification said my supply but they keep getting my address wrong. Oh, it's fine though. You keep it. God, retail therapy.
Classy Foxhole and Forbidding Balor. So Daedalus, Classy Foxhole. So it's less shields. It has quicker recovery. It has 4.6. And when shield is active, 5% chance to affect the projectiles, and it also has. It can cause 15% toxic resist. And we have an assault rifle and a pistol, and we can use the shotgun here. Ooh, 2 shot. Yeah, so you're sort of kinda. So you have 20% extra crit damage. That's nice. So you're a bit of a doom shotgun. So I really like sometimes the Jacobs are like very. Yeah. Sometimes they can be a bit silly, but. Oh, wait, is this the same thing?
Supply capsules are the sweet
Oh, there is a supply capsule.
treat of the loot world. A little crunchy on the outside, gooey loony deliciousness on the inside. Like me, I'm a choco cookie, and you.
Of course, you're a chocolate cookie.
I don't know, some kind of blood Kathy or something?
Blood. And we need to make sure, of course, that because there are also the missions where you need to like climb stuff, or like for example, if you swing on any of the swinging things, then you lose the thing, and you can lose from other things as well. But you stick this in here, stick it in the machine, and get some stuff.
Bring it here right now so I can decrypt it for you! Oh man, so freaking
Then it spits out stuff. So much loot.
loud. Ever since the distillation of all my darkest urges slipped from my psyche was locked away deep in my subconscious.
Okay. Exacting, so worse on the time, worse on the damage, worse on the thing, has 2 charges, that's 80% chance to do crit and can deal toxic damage. Merciless has very, very high chance of doing that. Only 9-second cooldown. 108 damage used, slightly worse. 0 centimeters though. Right, because it's a knife thing. But it has very, very good crit. Order sturdy. Yeah, so it has only 3.1 second. Yeah, that's just itself makes it worth it. It also has the whole when doing damaging enemies 5% chance to get 20% damage reduction, even though it's a low percent chance. Over the power cycle, when you see it starts starting equipped energy shield. So you can cool down. And increase splash damage. Hey, don't mind if I do. That's a sniper rifle. TDR was good because of the whole, but you don't want to reload. So if you want to learn to not reload, you use TDR a lot. So yeah, so 61 is still pretty bad. It feels like, you know. But that also comes with toxic. It comes with toxic. It has 28% crit damage. Looks pretty cool. As a whole, you know, explosive gunnery, effect. Order assault rifle. Pretty nice assault rifle actually. But it's worse than this. I mean, technically it's way more accurate, 89, and only 1.9 there on the reload. It is slightly worse damage, so yeah, let's take that. I would love to make an actual order build actually at some point, and stuff that, because I feel like the order does have some interesting things, you know. Small order things looks very, very nice as well, so that's, yeah. Okay, so, I think that's gonna do it actually. Stuff that, let's just try and sell some stuff here now. Just checking here again. Yeah, nothing new here.
Next time you're bleeding out, remember Detroit, they don't let me cut on folks no more. But what they don't, this here's a, you want it, you done with this? You sure? No takebacks.
And you can see, of course, the stuff you have equipped, because they will get this thing. But there's the thing where the interesting thing is, for example, that now that when you sell everything like that, for example, when you check here in inventory, you can check that it's showing 0 out of the things. So the things that you have equipped does not count as taking up an inventory slot.
It's free to look. For now.
So yeah. So I think that's actually going to do it for this time and stuff that. Oh, we did get some more of this here. It's pretty nice because that allows us to get close to getting in the backpack. But yeah. So that's going to do it for this time. It's going to make 2 short ones and stuff that. Uh, but if these 2 clips do well or whatever, I might do some more with this character and stuff that. Stuff that, but yeah. A very interesting character. Can probably get pretty insane because I know that supposedly the thing that can really destroy bosses is if you get certain ordnance and then you get stuff that can boost ordnance and stuff like that, because there is a thing that allows his turret things to do ordnance damage and stuff like that, and that seems very powerful. But I'm really intrigued about the shotgun thing, if it does what I think it will do. But I hope you all enjoy this, and I might see you all later today, but depending on how this clips do.